Hello and welcome to
FHC
Slam. I'm your host, Robe, and we're coming off a high-octane slam last week where we got to see some new faces fresh from Session 3, including the charismatic Val Venus, the Enigma, who is the Ultra Patriot, and the new Super Flight Night Warrior, Tongan John. And we're very excited to see how these guys do here. And of course, Venus and Patriot won their tag match last week against Backdraft and Satterley, and Tongan John introduced himself to the Slam crowd. And now we get to see some old faces. We'll make that long faces. The Tunnel Snakes, Butch Deloria and Malik Ferdenko. They don't look very happy. I mean, Butch was involved last week in that treble trial with Wes Soy and the Welshman. And during the match, we saw interference from both Malik and William Wallace. And as a result, we'll be seeing Butch and Malik take on the Welshman and Tom Fireman here tonight to kick off Slam.
You know something? I don't appreciate guys coming out here and making a ruckus during my matches. Welshman, Wes Soy, you were lucky to be in a match with me last week. You were going against the current SOB champion, and soon to be, once again, Pacific champion. And Sir William had to come out here and ruin our fun. Sir William isn't even out here to take responsibility for his men's actions. Instead, Malik and I are going to be facing these, whatever you call them, Sonic Firemen or Fire Sonic whatever. We're gonna crush you just like we crush everyone else. And to Wallace, I say this. You don't come out here to show your face, then I say you're a coward.
All you guys know, the Tunnel Snakes are number one. We're the tag champions. So all you other teams that think you're better than the champs, Bravehearts, Sonic Fire, man, you guys are nothing. Even the purported best, Huracan and the Bastard, have tried to beat us and have failed. You fight over the scraps that Wally and I leave behind, and you're still left with nothing, man. Because when we say Tunnel Snakes rule, we mean it. We're not just joking around. Tunnel Snakes rule. And their opponents, representing Sonic Fire, first, from Rochester, New York, Tom Fireman, and from Llangollen, Wales, the Welshman. And now the Welshman and Tom Fireman coming in to face Butch and Malik. We know from the rankings that the Welshman is in contention for the Pacific Championship. Though he was the last to fall in Sonic Fire's gauntlet, he's had some good victories over the last couple months, including being the deciding factor in the steel cage tag match at Rise and Fall that put Sonic Fire on the winning side. And Tom Fireman, on the other hand, appears to be around just to do Guile's dirty work. He can't seem to get any consistent wins. In fact, if you don't count the last 2 no contests he's had, he's on a 9-match losing streak. Not a good record for the Fireman. Can he break out of it tonight with a win here? Now as we see the Welshman and Malik Ferdenko starting out, we see the Welshman, oh god! And that huge, crazy Olympic slam there. I thought maybe he was going to go for the rack slam, but looks like not. But now, Welshman into the turnbuckle. And now a reversal. Oh god! And Malik just flooring the Welshman, and then Welshman giving it to him in return. And as for the Welshman, we saw him getting beat down viciously by Malik Ferdenko last week, who also ran in during the treble trial match. And I'm sure the Welshman will want some revenge tonight against Malik Ferdenko, as we see them just trading these blows. Malik with that huge kick, and now, oh god, huge face buster. And now Malik goes to his corner to tag into Butch. Welshman doing the same with Tom Fireman. And now we get to see the former Pacific champion Deloria and Tom Fireman going at it. Butch with the huge shoulder thrust. And it's interesting, we've been seeing a little bit more of Butch Deloria teaming up with Malik Ferdenko, and as it happens, they're definitely giving a rest to Wally Mack, who's the other half of the tag team champions with Ferdenko. But again, Malik and Wally, no joke there. They seem to have a lock on the championship here, and haven't really shown that many weaknesses. And coming out of a huge victory at Session 3, again, I hate to say it, but they could be poised for something big here in the tag division. It doesn't seem like any of the tag teams here, whether it's Fireman and Welshman, Tetemeko, Hawk and Hunt, the Empire, it doesn't seem like anyone is effective against the Tunnel Snakes. And we just saw Fireman tag out to the Welshman, so now we have the Welshman and Butch Deloria going at it, and so we'll have to see what happens in this tag division. But as we see Welshman with that handstand elbow, and now a huge right to Butch's head, now leg sweep into the ropes. Oh, and back into the ropes with Deloria. Oh, and Deloria quickly trying to shift the momentum. But this is an interesting matchup right here, the Welshman and Butch Deloria. As we know, Mr. Palmer was interested in trying to get a qualifying match last week where Wes Soy and the Welshman, with Malik with the cover, Wes Soy and the Welshman and Butch Deloria trying to see who would be next in line to possibly challenge Tyler Black for the Pacific Championship. What a huge vertical arm drag, and now a head scissors Hurricane Rana by the Welshman on the Malik. And now Butch in. Oh, and Welshman with that huge headbutt. I think that might have phased Butch a little, but Butch, again, one of the strongest competitors we've seen, especially at this level. And now Butch tagging out to Malik Ferdenko. We could be seeing a double team here. Oh, and a huge elbow from the ropes by Malik Ferdenko, and Malik just kind of taunt kicking the Welshman here with the cover. And Fireman able to break up the pin. Oh, Fireman now getting into the action. But he doesn't want to be counted out, so he wisely gets out of the ring, and now we're back to Welshman pinning now Malik Ferdenko. And Malik kicks out. Oh. Malik trying to guide Welshman into the ropes here. Oh, could we be seeing it? Oh, God, the huge tunnel snake kick from the ropes. That could be it, folks. Tom Fireman trying to come in to break it up, but no, Malik is persistent, and Malik is able to win. Malik and Butch wins against Sonic Fire, Tom Fireman, and the Welshman. A well-fought effort here by the Tunnel Snakes, them claiming victory. And even though they aren't established tag teams here, the Tunnel Snakes again shows that they're on top.
Hi, Val. Remember us, Val?
Hello, ladies! Oh, Tiffany! Heather! I almost didn't recognize you, with so many clothes on. It's good to see you both doing well here, though there was nothing wrong with your old profession. Without it, I wouldn't ever have met you both at those parties. Oh, I miss those gatherings. So open, so free. But hey, I'm glad I ran into the both of you here tonight, because looking at you now after all these years, I have a proposition for you. Call it a little thank you for helping out all those times on the set of The Bone Ranger. You really helped Toto get on his horse, if I remember correctly. Anyways, I have a match later tonight. And if any of you
lovely ladies would accompany me to the ring, I would be extremely grateful. Extremely. In fact, I would like to show my gratitude after the show in my private dressing room.
The following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Westbrook, Maine, Wes Soy.
Wes Soy is someone else who's been on Mr. Palmer's radar as of late. He's been fighting the valiant fight against Sonic Fire, but has seen numerous setbacks. Of course, the biggest of which is losing his friend and tag team partner. But he caught a break, a huge break, at Session 3 when he defeated Sonic Fire's gauntlet of Tom Fireman, Tetemeko, and the Welshman. Now, Mr. Palmer is rewarding him with this match tonight, but this is also a gauge to see how well he does against the new Pacific champion, the hotshot Tyler Black.
And his opponent, from Davenport, Iowa, he is the FHC Pacific Champion, Tyler Black.
And speaking of Tyler Black, he is on his 9-match win streak so far with his victory over Ray Plata last week. He is looking to be a very, very dominant Pacific champion. Even when Butch Deloria was champion, he only made it to 6 consecutive wins. So we'll see how Black does tonight against the towering Wes Soy. And here we go. Oh, both of them opening up with kicks, but it's Tyler Black that beats out Wes Soy for those round of kicks. Oh, and it looked like it was a one-armed suplex right there. Oh, and now with a fisherman suplex. And I'm surprised that Black was able to get Soy in there. Oh, now a full Nelson suplex. Good lord. Tyler Black coming in easily. I mean, he knows Wes Soy's strength. He knows Wes Soy's size. And so, of course, he opted to go into the quick flurry of kicks. Ooh, backflip. The quick flurry of kicks, and then the 3 suples, if you will, to try to wear down Soy quickly. Oh, and another fisherman suplex on the towering Soy. Man, and now with the swinging neckbreaker, I'm not sure that we've seen any offense yet from Wes Soy. I think. Oh, and now backbreaker, neckbreaker. I think Wes Soy's been taken by surprise here by Tyler Black, and now finally Wes Soy ekes out a Russian leg sweep for his first attack. And of course, this move, this match came about with last week as we saw Mr. Palmer. Northern Lights suplex pin. Wes Soy kicks out. This match was brought about by Mr. Palmer's request, giving Wes Soy and the Welshman a little bit of a reward for their performances as of late. And they went up against the Tunnel Snake Butch Deloria to see if the winner would be one step closer in facing Tyler Black for the Pacific Championship. And of course, there was interference in that match last week. But now we see singles action, one-on-one. Wes Soy versus Tyler Black here tonight. And I'm guessing that if Soy is able to triumph over Black here tonight, he may get that shot after all. That gauntlet match at Session 3 was very impressive. Again, that was the first gauntlet match we've seen here in the FHC where the 3-on-1, the single person, was able to pull out the victory. Very well fought by Wes Soy. And Tyler Black with that float over slam, the DDT there. Oh, and Black trying to go for a flying knee, but Soy able to roll out of the way. Oh, and Black just still dominating here. as he took Soy down to the mat with another jumping DDT. Oh, and Soy able to go for a pop-up spine buster. Now Soy just trying to call for Tyler Black to get up. I think he's fed up. Wait a second, Loc is out here. FHC Champion Loc as Soy goes for the suplex. What could Loc be doing out here among these guys? Oh, and no! Tyler Black with the Skywalker and the cover. And he pulls out the win. Wait a second. What is this? Austin Stevens coming out here, motioning for the belt, and Tyler Black just looking on to see what Austin is going to do. My goodness, it seems like everyone these days is gunning for the Pacific Championship, possibly knowing that Butch Deloria, the unstoppable before, but now it seems to be wide open. But I guess everyone is seeing that, well, Tyler Black is turning out to be quite the dominant champion. And of course, we saw FHC Champion Loc out here. I wonder what that was all about. It looked like he was trying to call Tyler Black out, perhaps, on the apron, but I'm not sure what's happening there, folks. Warp Zone, yeah! But anyways, now I have the Super Flight Night sensation Malibu here with me. Malibu, you're the gladiator of the FHC. What exactly does that mean? Hey man, you know something? I don't really know, but the FHC has given me a lot since I got here. I mean, I was one of the top dogs on Super Flight Night, and I showed that at Session 3 when I beat everyone else to become the gladiator. And now I hope to do the same right here on Slam. What kind of challenges do you think you'll have to overcome here, since it's a different animal than Super Flight Night? Listen, man, I'll do anything for the FHC, as long as they let me have a babe in one hand and a brewski in the other. Following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Madrid, Spain, Jacob Glens. Last week we saw Guile and Azathoth face each other in what we thought would be an excellent Dragon Championship matchup. But during the match, we saw PJ Brooks run in and disrupt it. Then Jacob Glens came running in from the crowd and took it to PJ Brooks. So far we don't know the motivation for either of these attacks, but seeing as how Brooks broke up Guile's pin on Azathoth, we are guessing that Brooks was maybe trying to help Azathoth, which would seem to be an unlikely alliance, or Brooks is trying to insert himself into the Dragon Championship race yet again. That is a hell of a way to do that. And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, he is a member of the Circle, PJ Brooks. Though we've seen this before, Jacob Glens taking it to PJ Brooks, both of them have had prior arguments with Guile during the Dragon Championship race. But perhaps they both think since Azathoth is Dragon Champion now, perhaps it'll be a different story. And if they think that, they're sadly mistaken. Azathoth is a very dominant competitor. Some would say even more so than Guile, as has been FHC champion. But if both Glens and Brooks are doing anything, they're getting noticed. And each win will do wonders for their standing in the race for the Dragon Championship. But let's not forget that Guile himself was a World Heavyweight Champion at one point. So it just really depends what everyone's motivation is for, but all we can say is that since that four-way tussle for the Dragon Championship at Session 3, all of the parties involved have been getting into it deep. Oh, and here we go. PJ Brooks starting out the match with a huge heel kick to Glens' face, knocking down the 7-footer. And now a huge shoulder thrust knee thrust, in fact, or maybe you can call it a hip thrust. I'm not really quite sure. It could be either of those things or none of those things. Does it really matter? Doesn't really matter. If you asked The Rock if it mattered, what would he say? Now Brooks. Oh, with that pulling back tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Very nice, especially on someone the size of Glenn's, but Glenn's answering with a belly-to-belly suplex. And of course, these two, again, have had quite the history in the last year or so. Both of them very hungry for the Dragon Championship, as we see Glenn's in the back body drop on Brooks. But it's been interesting to note tonight that MC CAW is noticeably absent. He's usually right by Brooks' side for any entrance, any event. As you know, earlier last year, Azathoth had kidnapped MC CAW when they were at war with PJ Brooks. This was pre-Circle, of course, and that's how MC CAW got into the FHC. He was kidnapped and then drafted by PJ Brooks, and so Brooks and CAW have been functioning quite ineffectively as a tag team since then. Not quite sure if Brooks has had more success as a tag team or even as a singles wrestler. And there goes Brooks with that spinning neck breaker of his. Very flashy, very effective. But Glenn's coming right back with that huge lariat. Goodness. And now the flip over DDT, float over DDT on Brooks, another one of his signatures, if you will. But now it'll be interesting to see if Azathoth or Guile get involved in this match. It's almost like a tit-for-tat, quid pro quo, you and me and all of that involved with these Dragon Championship contenders, if you will. And Jacob Glenn's going for a cover now. And Brooks able to kick out rather easily. But again, that four-way tussle at Session 3 was very impressive. I mean, we knew, even before the end of the match, that Guile was no longer Dragon Champion. Of course, it boiled down to Azathoth and Glenn's, and Kev Dog is coming out here now. What? Could this mean that all these newcomers coming? Oh, here we go. Glenn's with that sidewalk slam. And Kev, I think Kev is distracting Jacob Glenn's here. Could we be seeing Kev enter himself into the Dragon Championship race? Now Glenn's is trying to motion him to get off the apron. Perfect opportunity for Brooks, but Brooks didn't do anything. But now Brooks with the hard into the ropes. Oh, and heel kicks. And there we go, the swinging neck breaker on the Glenn's. There we go, he's ramping up, but now, oh no, Glenn's with the standing inverted pile driver, and he hits it! He hits it on Brooks, and I think Brooks is completely out, folks. Oh my god, the cover. And Glenn's is able to pull out the win with or without Kev Dog's interference with his help. We're not sure. He might have distracted everyone, but all we know, Glenn's is the winner here tonight against PJ Brooks. I think Kev Dog's going to have to answer to this one way or another.
Hello, ladies.
Following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Heather Andrews from Las Vegas, Nevada, Val Venus! Good God, what was happening back there backstage? We saw Guile and Tetsumeco taking it to Azathoth and Darth Wump. I guess part of the Guile Azathoth feud, since they didn't get to have a chance to complete their matchup last week. We can only assume that has something to do with it, but Guile showing his dominance there with the help of Tetsumeco. And now we have Val Venus coming to the ring. It looks like Val has been making some moves since he's arrived. I mean, he's only been here a couple weeks and already has the Andrews sisters in his corner. And with Heather out here tonight, earlier we heard that he and the Andrews sisters have had a past. Friends, comrades, something else, I'm not exactly sure. But what that past is definitely helping Val Venus out now here in the FHC. And he may very well need it. At Session 3, he was attacked by Parties Unknown, and last week he teamed up with the Ultra Patriot to take on Adrian Satterley and Backdraft in a winning effort. And here tonight, now, taking on Jean-Philippe Van Varenberg in Val's first singles match. And of course, as we see JPVV coming to the ring, the Frenchman has been on a wave of up and downs lately. His last 3 matches in a row on Super Flight Night, he's actually lost. And prior to that, he went on a 4-match winning streak. We thought maybe the addition of Vincent Hanna to his entourage would be a good thing for him, and it has. He's definitely getting training, and his ringsmanship has definitely been improved, although not consistently. But he's going to have to pull out a win here tonight against the newly arrived Val Venus if he wants to avoid falling deeper in the hole. And his opponent, being accompanied by Vincent Hanna from Paris, France, Jean-Philippe Van Varenberg. Now, you can see the size difference already between Val Venus and JPVV. It's a little staggering, because I mean, if you look at both of them, just right now, for instance, goodness, I mean, JPVV is a boxer by trade, and a lot of them aren't really all that big anyway. But when he goes up against the towering Val Venus, who's what, probably 6'5", 6'6", maybe 250, and then you look at Jean-Philippe. And He definitely has the size disadvantage, but he's quick on his feet. Val Venus is an aging icon, so there's that for him. But now we get to see these two facing off for the first time. Oh my goodness, Val Venus with almost like a pump handle gut buster there. And what was that? Jean-Philippe trying to go for maybe like a Pele kick, but Val Venus able to stop that before it even got started. Oh, and could we be seeing another? Oh, I think he's going. Oh my goodness! Ref's got to get out of the way. That was almost like a pump handle flail slam throw. Oh god, and another one-arm drag right there, and then a huge low drop kick. Man, Val Venus really turning on the offensive now with those multiple elbows. Oh, and here we go. Oh, Olympic-sized slam. This we could be seeing maybe a very short matchup here. Val Venus is really turning it on. Oh, and a pin, but now JPVV reversing, but Vincent Hanna up on the apron trying to distract him, and I think maybe the ref's trying to get Hanna to get out, but JPVV still in the pinning position. He almost like has his balls in Val Venus's. Oh, and a reversal, another reversal, and another one. What the? Oh my goodness, Hanna back up on the apron, and of course Heather Andrews is there. Also, does she really know what's happening? Does anyone know what's happening? I don't know, but I think the ref has just ejected Vincent Hanna from ringside. He's heading to the back, but Venus still has JPVV in the cover, too. Oh, and Jean-Philippe kicks out. What is happening there? Oh, and a hard into the turnbuckle. Able to get some of those right hits on Val Venus. Oh, and a Hurricane Rana. Quick Hurricane Rana. Oh, and then a Luthess. And now, those head crazies on Val Venus. And now JPVB has lost his ally, and a huge clothesline on the Frenchman. Oh my goodness, and now Val Venus calling hello ladies, doing his massaging or gyrations. I don't know what you want to call that. Good lord. Kids should be in bed by now. And a pin, too. Oh, and JPVV kicks out. But could we be seeing, yes, Val Venus with the fisherman suplex pin. 2, 3, Val Venus pulls out the win. Val Venus pulls out the win after a weird, crazy exchange of pins and reversals. But after that, hello ladies with the right hands and then a fisherman suplex. There's your winner, Val Venus, by a long shot. Heather Andrews there congratulating him. And just too bad for Vincent Hanna. He's in the back watching. Oh well. You know, I know we're just sitting here like a couple of regular fellas, just playing cards. What are we doing? Pasoi Dos? Baseball? What did we used to play back in the day? I can't even remember. And you know what? I shouldn't even be sitting here with you because I have a match. I have a match at FHC Revolutions against Loc. And here I am playing cards with you, Pac Bell. I don't know. It's not like I should be procrastinating or anything, but I just don't feel like working out right now. But I feel like, that being said, I still have enough time to pull out this win in a couple weeks. But you're probably thinking, how am I going to be super ready for this? My answer, I had a great match at Session 3. I'll even admit that. But it still wasn't good enough. And I think this little respite here, this little card game that we're playing, I think this is going to get me rested up. And I'll get in there and I'll do my thing in a couple weeks. And maybe Loc is the better wrestler. but I'm gonna find a way to outsmart him. Because I do. That's what I do. I am Darth Wump. I had you going there, Nini.
That's so funny, Wump. That's so funny. Man, you're just sitting here. You're gonna get creamed by Loc, man. That's crazy.
Following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Venice Beach, California, Malibu! Malibu was the winner at Session 3's Gladiator match. Fans know him as a longtime World Tag Team Champion with Randy Orton in the WWE. And he, of course, eyed switching over to FHC once it was created, but he could not leave his commitment as champion at that time. And he finally came over after his year-long championship ended and went straight into Super Fight Night, where he found success along with the upper echelon, including Rob Van Dam, Tyler Black, Titus O'Neil, and Kenta, the current Lord of Sky. And now he's won the Gladiator match at Session 3 and is poised for continued greatness. And his opponent, from Aberdeen, Washington, Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson recently had a falling out with his tag partner, Alex Cold. It all started at Session 3's Gladiator match, where Danielson and Cold began fighting each other to try and get each other out to win the match, or at least go a little farther. And that was the last straw after a troubled history with the Wrecking Crew. After Jacob Glens was taken out by the rest of the crew, Danielson and Cold floundered as a tag team, and it was too much for them. Now, the Wrecking Crew is no more, sadly, or maybe not. But both Danielson and Cold are back in one-on-one action. Danielson defeated Cold last week on Super Fight Night, and now he's here tonight on Slam, going against the newcomer, Malibu. Malibu with that counter belly-to-belly suplex. Oh, and it almost looked like a crazy slap right there to Danielson's face, maybe more to his ego. And Danielson, of course, known for those quick kicks, those special clicks. Oh, and that huge running elbow there felled the big man right there. And again, this is probably another matchup here where we're seeing the size differential is very, very different. Malibu, of course, being probably Val Venus sized, 6'5", 6'6", maybe 250, 260, and of course Bryan Danielson always sub 200 there. Oh, Malibu with a huge spear on Danielson. That'll really kick him out of his boots. But man, Danielson, just the size, I mean, he's always been a small guy, and that's why he's so good at the aerial maneuvers. But man, it looks like he's being able to get onto the good side of the offense here. But now Malibu trying to ramp up. Oh, and then Danielson with the quick Russian leg sweep. That's the way to get the big guys off their feet. You know, some quick flurry of actions here, some quick moves. Got to go around with the quick flurry punches. Oh, and another spear by Malibu, but that's how the big guys are gonna do it. The little guys, that, you know, of course, the little guys are gonna be running around, but if the big guys can get a huge shot here and there, they're gonna fall the short guys quickly, the small guys. Oh God, and even a third spear to Danielson. Now these head crazies. Oh, but Bryan kipping up quickly. Could we be seeing some fast-paced offense here? And I think here we go. Yep, with a backflip, Danielson into the ropes. Attempted clothesline, but no. Oh, and the running elbow. Danielson really letting it fly here, but can he seal the deal here? Oh, Bryan Danielson with a double underhook. No, Malibu's able to counter with a back body flip. Oh, and another arm drag. Oh my goodness. I think Danielson was able to, oh, there he gets out the float over DDT, and now Danielson calling for no, trying to go for that quick knee, but no, cover with Malibu, and now a reversal. 2. Oh, and Malibu trying to kick out of that, and now with that flip over pin, Danielson able to kick out quickly, and now with that delayed arm drag. Oh, and now it's Malibu's turn to shine here. Could we be seeing... Oh God, and the Babes and Brewskis backflip drop there with the cover. And Malibu pulls it out, the win against Bryan Danielson, finishing it off with the Babes and Brewskis. My goodness. Oh, and there's your winner. Here we go. Malibu is still on top after proving that he was the right one to win the Gladiator matchup at Session 3. Good job, Malibu.
I had the title 1, Butch. 1! I was this close to regaining the Ladies' Championship, and then what do you know? Lilith's music hits. She doesn't even come out. How messed up is that?
Susie, calm down. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe someone in the back hit the wrong button.
No one hit the wrong button, you idiot. Lilith did that to distract me, and it worked because the next thing I know, I'm looking up at the arena ceiling and hearing a 3 count. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna go beat the truth out of her right now.
Oh, come on. Man, where's Tom Fireman when you need him? Following matchup is set for 1 fall. Making her way to the ring from Chesapeake, Virginia, Susie Mack. Don't call it a vengeance match, but now we'll see if Susie can beat anything out of Lilith. Of course, Susie was referring to last week when Morgan granted her a rematch for the Ladies' Championship, and it looked like Susie put on a pretty good match. Actually, really good. Definitely better than her performance at Session 3. But Lilith's music hit, distracting the Tunnel Snake, and then Morgan hit the neck breaker, and it was all over. Understandable, especially since this happened during a title match. But this still should be a pretty good matchup here tonight, as Susie looked very strong, and we saw how close Lilith came to winning the Hello Ladies tournament back before Session 3. And her opponent, from Cairo, Egypt, Lilith. I wouldn't be surprised if Susie went the diplomatic route and asked Lilith about the music instead of starting the match right away. She usually has a cooler head than some of these hot-headed ladies, but we don't know much about Lilith, though she was a force to be reckoned with on Super Flight Night. And I would think that someone like Lilith would want to be recognized for her skill in the ring. But if she had anything to do with that deception last week when her music hit, I've got to give her credit. I didn't think she had it in her. We have yet to hear from her in an interview, in a conversation, anything. She seems pretty quiet and pretty private. What we do know is that she is on the up and up here, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was Ladies Champion by year end. And here we go, starting out, Lilith versus Susie. Oh, and Lilith trying to go for a preemptive strike, but she hits the referee instead. The ref is out. I don't know if we've seen this before, folks. The referee's out based on Lilith's preemptive strike, and now Lilith and Susie are going at it with no ref in sight. And here comes Morgan. Morgan's coming out. Ow! And Susie's coming. Oh, what is she saying? Morgan attacks Susie. Morgan attacking Susie while the referee is still out. And Lilith with the cover. Oh, nope. Susie kicking out of that. Well, that was a close one, folks. I don't think you could have asked for another better opportunity there for the ladies champion Morgan. What did we just see there? Lilith attacking Susie before the match started, or as I should say, the referee just started the match, and then Lilith taking out the referee inadvertently. He didn't know what happened. Of course, he's awake now, but anything could have happened in those first few minutes right there. The referee was out. Susie could have come out and brought back in a chair for all we could have known. But then you see Morgan, the ladies champion, coming in trying to take control of this match that she's not even a part of, which is crazy. But I don't know if that was a missed opportunity or what. But now referee's back up, and now we're seeing Susie Mac taking on Lilith. I think that there's a little bit of a payback mentality here, if you will, folks. But now Susie is getting her chance one-on-one with the Egyptian Enigma. And there we see Susie going with a facebuster and a cover. Lilith kicking out before the referee can even get to one. And now a huge power slam by the Egyptian beauty. But I would think that this match would be this is almost kind of like a grudge match for Susie. I mean, Susie, we saw her at Session 3 take on Morgan in the finals, and obviously she had been talking a big game of her practicing, of her leading on that she was completely ready for the ladies championship match at Session 3. But what did we see? Session 3, Morgan, Susie in the finals. We saw Morgan completely take Susie apart, piece by piece. And all that preparation that Susie went through didn't look like anything at all. Oh, and speaking of which, Lilith going for that backpack stunner, and she hits it! She hits it on Susie Mac. That could be it, folks. Referee counting. Oh, and Susie kicks out. Susie kicks out of the backpack stunner. Amazing, folks. I think Susie going and her whole time with this ladies championship, the Hello Ladies tournament, I think this has definitely strengthened Susie's stamina. And Susie with a cover on Lilith. And Lilith kicking out. Susie going for a drop kick to the knee. No. Oh, and Lilith. German suplex with the bridge. Susie kicking out of that. Good God. Anyways, my point. Facebuster. Susie with the cover. All of these different pins. Back to back to back. Good God. And now a huge power slam on Susie Mac. Now Lilith with a pin. Susie too. And oh, Susie kicks out. Just like that. That was a close two, folks. But I'm telling you, I think the stamina with these two lady wrestlers, amazing, folks. I think this whole feud has strengthened Susie's stamina, and now Lilith with another cover. Susie kicking out at 2. Oh, can we see another backpack stunner right here? And it is backpack stunner on Susie Mac. That has got to be it, folks. Lilith with the pin. 2, 3. Lilith pulls it out. And now Lilith extending her hands. Susie taking it. What are we seeing here, folks? Oh, God. Oh, God, folks. We should have known better from a tunnel snake. Susie attacking Lilith when Lilith just wanted to extend the olive branch. And what's this? What is this? Morgan's music? No! Morgan's coming in from behind! Morgan from behind on Susie Mac! Susie's out! And now Lilith! DDT on Lilith! Morgan takes out the whole entire field of competition! Good God! Morgan showing that she's ladies champion for a reason!
Look at you, FHC champion. So powerful, so boss. You know, being such a dominant champion is so hot to me. The way you command respect, very attractive. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I get turned on and excited every time you go out to the ring. I just can't help myself.
Well, 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 aren't you just a sight to behold? Everyone knows that I run alone. They've called me a lone wolf without a pack, but for someone like you, I'm sure I can make a little bit of room. Because even a strong champ like me can always use some company. And someone like you, my dear Karen, whatever. Someone like you, well, I'm sure you're no stranger to keeping it warm at night, am I right? Yeah? Yeah. So you and me, I could definitely see that. But let me ask you a couple questions. You want to join the Loc? Yeah? You want to run with the wolf? Yeah? You want to lead the pack? Well, how about you pack your ass out of my way? Wump, you want a tag team match? A mixed tag team match? That's what you're resorting to? Look, I don't care who my partner is. Coraline, Kirinichi Bomb, whatever, whoever will destroy you. And you'll be more worn down than a welcome mat at a whorehouse. Got it?
The following match is set for one fall. Making his way to the ring, Giant Panther! Now, as we see Giant Panther making his way to the ring to face the FHC Champion Loc in tonight's main event, we are all talking about the passionate statement last week. Loc issued a challenge to Darth Wump to face him once again for the FHC Championship. But this time, it seems as if Loc is letting Wump choose the stipulation of the match. And this sort of behavior, this is unprecedented. We have not seen anything like this before in the FHC, but I gotta say, I'm not that surprised. Knowing the background between these two men and Loc going the honorable route in presenting the rematch himself this early, I mean, he is confident in his defense of the championship and allowing it to occur. Now we just need to see if Darth Wump has the stones to answer the challenge. And his opponent, from San Francisco, California, he is the FHC Champion Loc. Now, Loc has issued this challenge at the beginning of the night. That was the first thing that we saw here on this latest episode of Slam after Session 3. And we would have thought that Darth Wump would have accepted earlier in the night this challenge from the FHC Champion Loc. But we did see Wump backstage just a few minutes ago. I mean, we know he's here, and he seems to be contemplating his answer. But, you know, in time, I'm sure we will get the answer that we're all looking for. But now, as we see Loc gearing up for this match, we were also treated to Giant Panther and Starman tonight, issuing a challenge of their own to El Huracan and the Frost Bastard after the latter's win at Session 3. And in their first battle at Suplex City, the Icons showed that they could still wrestle with the best of them after coming out of semi-retirement. But after their loss at Session 3, will we be able to see these top tag teams go at it once more at FHC Revolutions, our next pay-per-view, And if so, what will that match stipulation be? But any way you look at it, we're looking at another amazing match for next pay-per-view. And while we're at it, we're looking at another amazing match for this main event tonight here on FHC Slam, as we're seeing Giant Panther going up against the FHC Champion Loc as we await Darth Wump's response. It's going to be a very exciting time. now Loc with a counter on Giant Panther, seemingly coming out with an arm drag. But now Panther and Loc tussling up, and Loc with those double chops to Giant Panther's chest. I believe this is the first time we've seen these two greats go up against each other. And now Loc with a huge bomb on Giant Panther, one of his signature moves with a cover. And Giant Panther kicking out before the referee can even count. But it should be noted that Giant Panther, as an icon that he is, but now that he's come to the FHC, he had a very, very promising start. But we've seen in the last month or so, he's actually, with the cover on Loc, and Loc kicks out at 1, we've seen that Giant Panther has lost his four previous matches. 3 of those were singles matches. But now quickly with Loc. Oh, Loc going, I think he's calling a Bakahatsu now. And yes, Loc with a Bakahatsu on Giant Panther. Now with the pin. And Panther kicking out like it was nothing. See, they don't call him an icon for nothing, folks. Giant Panther has so much experience in the last 20, 30 years in the wrestling industry that he has the stamina and vigor to kick out of one of Loc's finishing maneuvers. But anyways, as I was saying before, his FHC record is not comparable to his VWA record, as we see Loc with the springboard 450 on his opponent. Now Giant Panther kicking out. But Panther, 4 losses to Darth Wump, Ryu, and again to El Huracan and the Frost Bastard. We can only imagine what he's going through now. But now, oh God, Loc with the Loc bottom on Giant Panther with the cover, 2, 3, and just like that, the FHC champion claims victory over the icon, Giant Panther. Good God, we didn't even get into we didn't even get into any commentary about the FHC champion. I guess we don't need to. Giant Panther is continuing on his losing streak, now 5 losses in a row. Darth Wump, Ryu, El Huracan, the Frost Bastard, and now the FHC champion Loc. And Loc is proving now that he is an FHC champion for nothing. He's beating the best today and out there. Oh my God, we're out of time.